Episode number 6, bounce rate. Bounce rate is one of the most important factors in SEO, and yet one of the most overlooked factors in SEO, because most of e-commerce store owners, Shopify store owners, they forget about this factor, which is so important for users and for Google too. So in this episode, I'm gonna dive into the bounce rate, what's the bounce rate, and some techniques to optimize this factor. First of all, what's the bounce rate? The bounce rate is 1, the percentage of visitors who leave without interaction. They land on your page, they don't do any interaction, and they leave. Or they visit only a single page session with no additional clicks. For example, they land on your blog post page, they scroll up and down, they read your article, but didn't go in any other page, and they leave. So they stayed only on one page and they leave. So here, the bounce rate. And it's the inverse of the engagement rate. People who engage, who go to second page, collection page, product page, other pages, they engage with your website. So it's the inverse of the engagement rate. Now, how do we calculate the bounce rate? Because I'm going to show you from Google Analytics where you're going to find the bounce rate from Google Analytics, so you can verify your bounce rate for your website. So the bounce rate equal unengaged sessions divided by total sessions multiplied by 100. Let's say, for example, 5 people didn't engage, where 95 people engage. So we multiply this by 100. So the bounce rate is going to be 5%. So the more people don't engage with your session, the higher the bounce rate. So you need to reduce the bounce rate to the minimum, because it's so important for Google, for their algorithm to rank your website on their first page. Now let's see if your bounce rate is good or not. If your bounce rate is about between 26 to 40%, it's considered good to excellent, because users are engaging deeply with your content. And the bounce rate, it could vary from which niche you are in, if you have just a blog, or if you have an e-commerce website, or if you have just an app or something. So the more content you have, the more internal links, etc., the more people gonna engage within your website. However, if it's 60% and higher, you're gonna need to make an action, because you're gonna need to improve the content and user experience. I'm gonna show you some techniques to improve the bounce rate. Why visitors bounce? Why visitors, they don't go over one page and they leave from their landing page? 1, slow page load speed and poor performance. If your website is so slow, people are not gonna scroll more up and down, and they're gonna leave, because you have very poor website performance, and the site speed is so important. And if your website is not loading fast, people gonna leave fast. Second reason why people gonna bounce is confusing navigation and poor user experience design. If your top menu, for example, is confusing, or it's very big or very small, people either couldn't see it, or the user experience design is bad and people gonna leave. Third reason is related to low quality or irrelevant content. I talked about that in the previous episode where I talked about internal link. Some people, they may type anything in the meta title or in the meta description to drive people on their page, but once people get into this page from Google, they're gonna find irrelevant content, not what they expected from the meta title, etc. So they're gonna feel like they were spammed or something, and they're gonna leave. Fourth reason why people bounce: no clear call to action. You may have a page on your website, there is no call to action, there is no menu, no sidebar, no image to attract people attention, no video, nothing. So no clear to action equal people are not gonna click, so they're gonna leave your website. So now that you know about the bounce rate, how to reduce the bounce rate. Number 1, page speed. And in this free SEO course, you don't need to hire any developer. anyone. So everything that you can do by yourself. This is how I made this free SEO course. Number one, optimize images. Try to compress images online, like you see here in this tool. It's a free compressing image tool. If the image is bigger in size, 1 megabyte, 2 megabytes, you can compress it for free and download it on your website. Second thing, minimize CSS and GS. Like what you see here, you're just gonna need to go this website, you copy the CSS code, you compress it, and you paste it, for example, in this file on Shopify. But this is not very recommended because you can break your website. So be cautious about that. If you break your website, you're gonna need to hire a developer to fix it. So try to be cautious about that. Number two, to reduce the bounce rate, content quality. Provide valuable, relevant information. Try to type in the meta title and in the meta description the reality about the page they're gonna visit. Okay, try not to make something overrated or something like that, because when people gonna land on your page, they expect to see the page or to see the page where the meta title drive them to your page. Number three, to reduce the bounce rate, is to have a clear call to action. Guide user on what to do next. Because when you have an article, product page or something, try to add a call to action at the bottom, or try to add, for example, an image between paragraph, or having a sidebar, so you can grab people attention to click or to move on to another page. Number four, to reduce the bounce rate, is mobile responsiveness. Most of people now, they visit websites from their mobile, so try to have your version of your website really good and really perfect for mobile, site speed, etc. And because people, if they found that your website is not mobile friendly, they're gonna leave, because they're gonna find it hard to see all the content on your website from their mobile. Another trick to reduce the bounce rate is to use internal links. Guide readers to related content. This is what I talked about in the previous episode. If you didn't watch it, try to watch it. It's episode number 5. Use relevant internal links within the paragraph, within the article, on the top menu, on the footer, etc. So people can click, okay, something relevant. They land on a page where you sell clothes for women. Try to add some internal links about clothes for men or clothes for kids, so people can click and see more articles or more pages about that. Another trick that people use in e-commerce is to do pop-ups like exit intent pop-ups that convert 15% of leaving visitors. When someone wanna leave your website, you can, for example, let them go back by offering them a discount code or free guide or something else, so they can stay on your website to get a benefit in terms of a coupon or free guide or something like that. So now, how to check the bounce rate directly from Google Analytics is that you're gonna go to your Google Analytics, then you're gonna need to go to reports. After that, you go to engagement, you click on pages and screens, you click on this pencil here, customize report. Here you're gonna click on metrics. Here you can click on add metrics and add the bounce rate. Here is the bounce rate. I'm gonna remove this so you can see the bounce rate on the left screen. I'm gonna click on apply, and here we can see the bounce rate of each page. Here I filtered them from the lowest to the top. Okay, so the lowest one have 5%, 6%, 9%, 11%, 12%, etc. So here you can check your bounce rate. You can also filter them by the top one and try to adapt the tricks that I told you to optimize the bounce rate. Try to optimize, for example, your best sellers product with the bounce rate, so you can have a great bounce rate, so you can give a good factor to Google to rank on their first page. So here we came to the end of this episode. It was quick but so powerful. In the next episode, I'm going to show you how to create an SEO friendly blog post using ChatGPT. This is so important because article is going to drive you tons of free traffic that you're going to redirect people using internal links to your product so you can make sales. Till then, guys, see you in the next episode.